So here's a couple shots of the Scout when I bought it. These are the pictures off of Craigslist from the gentleman in Everett, Washington that I bought it from. Give you an idea of kind of the transformation the Scout's gone through. That was original Scout color. Now, if you can see the driver's side, your right side, how much far it leans, and I'll tell that story a different time. But this is what led me up to one of the bigger modifications on the Scout, which was putting the lift kit on. Initially, I didn't want to put a lift kit on. I wanted to fix everything on the Scout before you lift it, and that's kind of a good model to go by. But it was actually cheaper to go with a lift kit after the damage on that front spring. So here we got it up on jack stands, about ready to tear off the front axle. Cleaning up with the wire wheel. It was one of the first times I used Pour 15 on one of the very early projects. Kind of gives you a shot with it all cleaned up, absolutely nothing off the front, and kind of how greasy and oily you're dealing with on those older Scouts. That hole in the casing is modified on the Dana 44 front to fit the new U-bolt system that I got from a local Scout dealer. Not really happy with it, but it seemed to work pretty good. There's the Pour 15, all shiny. There's some extended stainless steel brake lines. New bump stop as well. There's kind of a nice clean look. Everything's all painted. You got new springs, new bushings in the shackles, polyurethane, and yeah, it looks pretty good. But as you can see, that driver's side, your left side, has a slightly different configuration on there. Very well built. It's basically to hide the U-bolt so you can't knock them off on the rocks and such. But there's the front end popped up on 31s, and there's a shot there of kind of the front done and the rear not done. Kind of gives you an idea of the lift that you get. So that back is stock, and we're switching to the rear. Gonna pull the rear out. Basically, we use a Skyjacker soft springs on front and rear. It's about $550 for the lift, and didn't do a whole lot to the rear axle. I didn't clean it up as much. Didn't Pour 15 in or anything like that. It's got some more work that I had to do in the future, so didn't really need to quite get it all shiny yet. You can kind of get an idea of what it's looking like there. The U-bolt hider system. There's the extended shackles in the rear. Again, the bright red polyurethane bushings. Adds a nice stiff ride. There's a great shot of the U-bolt hiders. Basically, it brings the U-bolt bolts up so that you can't get knocked around on the rocks as easy. There's a shot of it all lifted up, and I was very happy with it. One of the next modifications we have coming down the road is going to help the driveline angle, which I'll get into in another video, but this is just kind of a photo montage of one of the bigger modifications I've ever done to the Scout, and one of the first things, and was able to do it in my driveway with basic tools, a couple jack stands, and you know, it took about 2 days. There's a steer straight stabilizer, goes between the frames to help stiffen up the frame. I did put in a twin stick at the same time. I was also wiring in a stereo. There's a shot of the stock tie rod bar on the bottom and the new chromoly on the top with the Moog tie rod ends. It's actually really easy to bend old tie rods if any of you guys have been out in the rocks and stuff. That's just a shot of the Dana 20. Transfer case. With the new driveline angle, I did have a little rubbing on the muffler. Pretty easy fix. Just took a big old ratchet strap I have and pulled it over, and then took it to a local muffler shop. Same weekend I put in the LED turn signals, and I was kind of rewiring some of that front end, giving it a little bit of paint to keep the rust off there. And there she is, all lifted up. That's with the canopy. There's off, no canopy or top. And I rolled like that quite often. Love that thing. Here it is up on 34s, Swampers, and mocking up a front.